continuing pursuit to list 3 items and sell 3 items a day on our eBay store continues as we try to revitalize a 20-year-old eBay store. We've been making lots of progress. Here are the sales. We, of course, list our 3 clothing items every morning, and then we see over the next 24 hours or so what sales come in. And at this point in time, we actually had 7 total sales came in, I think, as 7 orders, but it's only to go into 6 people. So let me break down the sales and the one find that we had today as well. We sold this Baltimore Orioles hat. This is actually the hat that I got when I was coaching T-ball. But it was like official branded. It is kind of beat up and old, like it gets from a T-ball cap, and nothing super special. But we got like $2-3 for it. Again, just trying to take stuff that we have that's our own, that's sitting around the house, and get that moving. Of course, most every day we saw at least a couple of sports cards. Today was this Greg Maddux card. That was serial numbered out of 99. We sold a pair of small lots of cards of Brandon Marsh rookies. Interestingly enough, too, if you notice this design, we sold a bunch of these cards in that person that ordered 36 orders. And sometimes that'll happen to your store, is somebody's like watching something and they'll see something sell, and then it'll actually sales will cause other people to kind of buy. I don't know if that's this instance in this case, but it's happened way more times than what I expected. And then last we have this Amari Avery. This is serial numbered to, what is that, $5.99. It's a patch, rookie patch auto for the golfer Amari Avery. So I think that was probably the highest priced sports card of all the ones that we sold. Then we sold this book, The Cow Who Fell in the Canal. Just sold it for a few bucks. It was, it's like a European book or something like that. Anyway, there were comps that I found when I listed it, and we got sold. And then lastly, this one, a little bit of sadness with this, but this is an old vintage Tiffany jewelry box, and it was actually used to be my grandma's, but I had no use for it, and I would just hate taking something like this and throwing it out. It's definitely my fatal flaw as a reseller, is like try to get money out of like anything. But in this case, we didn't really make that much. We just sold it for $1 plus shipping, and I let the person know. But she had just bought some vintage Tiffany earrings, and this has my grandma's old writing on the summer earrings, and so it was just kind of like a perfect way of repurposing things. And so sometimes you sell things that are an act of love, and as much as it's special because it's my grandma's, I have no use for it. It's just getting more wear and tear, just being moved around and everything. And now it's going to go and it's going to get a second life and a real life for what it's meant to do. And that's a lot of what reselling is finding other people's stuff, giving it a second life. But sometimes you can do the same thing with your own. If I just donated that to, a thrift store, they're probably just throwing it out because, there's no jewelry in it. But at least we found someone that could do that. And same thing with a lot of this stuff, is like most of it would just rot away on a thrift store shelf. So you can go direct to customer. All right, we found this vintage. It's kind of like a puffer. Not exactly a puffer, but it's definitely a puffy jacket. So there's the back logo. And I didn't even see the back logo at first when I had grabbed it. But anyway, this is the front. I haven't dated it yet, but my guess is it's probably like 80s would be my best guess. This is vintage Ocean Pacific weatherwear, extra large. So there are some... there's some clues for dating it, and be able to do some research. Specifically, one of the dating clues, which I don't know offhand, but it says made in British Hong Kong. And so we'll be able to probably nail down a pretty good estimated date, but everything looks really good. It looks like in really great shape. It looks like the type of coat that moved to Florida and then never got used again and just sat in someone's closet for years. So I'm very excited to give it a new life. I did pay up for this one a little bit, $12.99, but with winter coming, we're going to probably aim roughly, and like I said, I'll do a little more research, but we're probably going to aim for about $50 plus shipping for the comps, and then kind of see where it goes from there. And like I said, maybe I'll actually find an exact comp, but some of the Ocean Pacific, it's not a super fast mover, but again, it's also summertime, so I expect the sell-through to go up on this, and we'll just kind of see. We're going to find what the market is, and I feel very confident. Again, with that coloring and the design on the back, I feel very confident because of that coloring that it was going to go. I was kind of on the fence till I flipped it over and I saw that. I was like, okay, yeah, that's got what we need to make it work. So anyway, this is what we're going to get shipped out here today, and that jacket's adding to our future listing pile. These are the 6 listings. So we're listing 3 a day, but I'm creating 6 listings a day. That's how I'm getting my draft bank refilled back to 14 days out. And so we're just going to kind of keep pushing and moving, and I might have to make some adjustments on my pricing strategy of the clothing. I might be just a little bit high, or I might need to add offers because I think the speed that I'm selling through a handful of things is just a little bit slow, but I've been test running it with no offers and kind of pricing middle of the market, not really high end unless it's super rare, but there's not that many clothing items that are really super rare. Most of them, there's hundreds, if not thousands of them out there. It's just a matter of people take the time putting them on eBay. So anyway, that's what we're going, but at least we are still accomplishing listing 3 and selling 3 or more a day, and we're just going to continue this pursuit going forward.